back at Till Field after facing some minor technical difficulties. We're in the top of the first inning between Columbia and Johnson City, who has a 2-0 lead on Columbia. As Andes puts that ball into left field down the line, as that's going to score another run for Johnson City and be down for a triple for Benja Andes. Gabe Leonard, Peyton Calvert on the call. This is the Front Porch Sports Network. Back here at Till Field in this elimination game in the 10-year-old Little League State Tournament. As W. Edwards now at the plate with one out and a runner at third for Johnson City. Tucker Neff on the mound for Columbia as Coach Hayden Tate brings his infield in for a meeting on the mound. As Johnson City leads this game 4-0. Check that 3-0 in the top of the first inning with one away. And Benja Andes, the first baseman, at third, as Columbia making a pitching change early on in the ball game, as Tucker Neff lasted just a few hitters and has surrendered 3 runs. So in for Columbia is going to be Rich Roberts on the mound. So while we have this free time, we're going to go over the starting lineups. Starting for Columbia, the home team, Lane Hill batting first. Rich Roberts batting second, now on the mound. Maddox Tate, wearing number 22, plays 3, bats 3. Hamilton White batting fourth. Tucker Neff is batting fifth. Silas Hardin is batting sixth. Batting seventh for Columbia is Greer Martin. Meyer Hauser is batting eighth. Connor Beck, ninth. Manny Munoz batting 10th, and Knox Allrad batting 11th. Columbia won their game last night against Clarksville 5-1 to advance to this elimination game between Johnson City, who also won last night, and a close one against West Knoxville, beating them 3-2. Starting for Johnson City, Harry Sutphin, the shortstop. Graham Hendricks is the pitcher. Beckham Curley, who hit the inside the park 2-run homer for Johnson City. Mason Bullock, the catcher, batting fourth. Batting fifth, Benja Andes. W. Edwards. Shamar Hendricks batting seventh. As Andes is on third. And here's the first pitch. And that one is a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Roberts. Swung on and missed for strike number 1. W. Edwards, playing center field, is at the plate. Check that. Silas Gouge, as he hits, no, that was Edwards, hits an RBI single at his first at-bat of the night. So that brings the score Johnson City 4, Columbia 0 in the top of the first inning with no outs. Up next for Johnson City, playing left field is Shamar Hendricks, with 1 runner on and 1 away. Here's the pitch from Roberts. That gets by the catcher as W. Edwards steals second with ease. That's gonna bring the count to 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 offering. That one paints the inside corner for strike number 1, as Shamar Hendricks has a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt as W. Edwards steals third and is safe at third. Batting 8th for Johnson City. That's Juju on that beat bowling, the second baseman, as he squares around a bunt. That pitch is going to be strike number 1. 1 away in the top of the first. 0-1 count. Pitch is swung on and fouled for strike number 2. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. Check that the count is full at 3-2 for Juju bowling as he puts that into play to the second baseman who gets the out at first. But W. Edwards comes around and scores for the 5th run for Johnson City.
This Johnson City team's just really came out and just started hitting the ball really well.
They play with a lot of intensity. They're happy to be out here. They're playing for their tournament lives, as is Columbia. No runners on, 2 outs, and Silas Gouge, the right fielder, steps in and takes strike 1. Juju still at the plate. Swing and a miss. That brings the count to 0-1. No, that's strike 3 as Juju bowling goes down on strikes. And that's going to do it for the top of the first, but not after Johnson City puts on 5 runs, leaves no runners on, as Columbia will be on the offensive when we return in the bottom of the first inning. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
Back at Till Field in the bottom of the first inning, leading things off for Columbia is Lane Hill. Terrific baseball player. Trying to respond to a 5-run inning from Johnson City. Starting on the mound for Johnson City is Graham Hendricks.
Hopefully this Columbia team can come out just like Johnson City did, start hitting the ball well.
That would be much needed, as Johnson City came out with some hot bats. Here's the first pitch to Hill. That's swung on and sent into left center field and gets down for a base hit to lead things off for Columbia.
Well, there's one.
As Rich Roberts coming in next. Took over on the mound for Tucker Neff. No outs. Columbia's got a lone runner at first in the bottom of the first. Hendricks comes set on the mound. Fires home, and that ball is swung on and sent foul for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Hendricks. That's swung on and sent into left field in foul territory. Right field, correction. As the first baseman made a diving attempt, but was unable to track that ball for the out. So that's going to bring the count to 0-2 for Roberts. With Lane Hill, the lone runner on for Columbia. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside, brushed Roberts off the plate for ball number one. That brings the count to 1-2.
Looked like a good off-speed pitch there.
It was. Hendricks comes set on the mound. Fires home. That ball is swung on and sent down the left field line, and that's going to be foul. Keep the count at 1-2 for Roberts. Hendricks comes set. Fires home, and that's going to go in and hit Roberts as he's going to trot on down to first and advance Lane Hill to second base and put two runners on for Columbia with no outs in the bottom of the first. Maddox Tate standing in next for Columbia. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball one. Maddox Tate with a 1-0 count. One and 0 count. Here's the pitch. That one's high for ball two. Hendricks comes set on the mound. The 2-0 pitch is inside and brushes Tate off the plate for a ball three. Maddox Tate up in the count 3-0 with two runners on for Columbia with no outs. Here's the 3-0 offering. That one's inside, and that's going to send Maddox Tate to first and load the bases for Columbia. For Hamilton White, the cleanup hitter for Columbia. As Johnson City now is going to have a meeting at the mound with their infield and their pitcher. It's been a good game so far, Gabe.
It has.
As Johnson City come out with 5 runs. They were smacking the ball, and Columbia has responded so far pretty well, not putting up any runs, but they have the bases loaded for Hamilton White and no outs.
It's only the first inning. I mean, you just got to put some in play, get some runs across, let your defense work, and keep on chipping away at that 5-run lead.
Hendricks comes set on the mound. There's a pitch to Hamilton as it's sent high into center field. It gets down. 1 run's going to score for Columbia. Johnson City does get the out at second, however. as Tate came in to second.
Called infield fly.
They called infield fly. So
He should be safe at second if they never tag.
so now the umpires gather to discuss. So Hamilton White is out on the infield fly, but 1 run will score for Columbia. Hill came around and scored, bringing the score to 5-1. Runners at second and third for Columbia, and standing in now is Tucker Neff with 1 away. Here's the pitch to Neff. That's swung on and sent down to third as the third baseman can't make the grab. The shortstop's there to make it as Neff runs out the tag at first, and another run comes in and scores for Columbia, making the score 5-2. And runners at the corners. Silas Harden now in, making his first plate appearance with 1 away and runners on the corners for Columbia. Hendricks comes set on the mound, fires home as Harden squares around to bunt. As we got a runner in a pickle at third, the throw is made, and so is the tag as Tate got caught in a pickle between third and home, and that's going to be out number 2 for Columbia.
Yeah, the pitcher did what he was supposed to do right there, running at the runner to get him stuck in the middle, just forcing him back to third, throwing it before he gets there and getting it out.
As Harden now down 0-2 after he fouls off the 0-1 pitch. And Neff is now the lone runner on for Columbia. He advanced to second. Here's the 0-2 offering to Harden. That one's outside and gets past the catcher, but he finds it and gets it back to Hendricks. As Neff stays at second. Here's the 1-2 offering. That one swung on and sent foul behind the home dugout in the woods. And that keeps the count at 1-2 for Silas Harden. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's outside, gets by the catcher, and Neff is going to steal third with no throw. And Silas Harden still at the plate with a 2-2 count with 2 away in the bottom of the first. Hendricks comes set. Fires home. That ball is put into play as the shortstop can't make a play on it. Throws it to first. The throw is late, and Neff comes around to score to make the score 5-3, Johnson City. So RBI single for Harden as Greer Martin steps in with 1 runner on and 2 away. Hendricks' pitch is outside and taken for ball number 1.
Great question. Let me check. I'll check 1 second. Let's see.
1-0 count for Martin. That ball swung and hit down the left field line, and that's going to get down for a single for Greer Martin. With a single that advances Harden to second, and that puts 2 on for Meyer Hauser with 2 away.
Really good hit right there.
Absolutely. Here's the pitch that's put into play. That's sent to the second baseman who scoops it up and makes the play at first base to end the first inning. But Columbia striking back, putting up 3 runs in the bottom of the first to bring the score to 5-3. We'll be back with more baseball at the top of the second inning. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Back at Till Field for the top of the second inning, Johnson City leads at 5-3. Into bat to lead things off for Johnson City is Silas Gouge, the right fielder. On the mound for Columbia, Rich Roberts, as the umpires are getting new baseballs. It's a beautiful night for baseball here in Spring Hill, Tennessee.
Feels good out here.
Feels tremendous. Both of these teams fighting for their tournament lives. The winner of this game will play in the loser's bracket against Lexington, as the first pitch to Gouge is high and inside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 offering. Called strike, painted the outside corner. Did Roberts. So that evens up the count at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering. It's high for ball 2. 2-1 count now for Silas Gouge, the right fielder. As the 2-1 offering goes inside and brushes Gouge off the plate, bringing the count to 3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike in the top of the second inning. The 3-1 pitch paints the outside corner for strike number 2. Full count now for Gouge. Here's the payoff pitch. It's swung on and missed as Rich Roberts starts off the top of the second with a strikeout. And out number 1. Harrison Ripley coming in, extra hitter for Johnson City. First pitch to Ripley is high and ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's high and gets behind the catcher back there for ball 2. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Roberts. It's a good one. Called strike. That's strike one for Ripley. He's got a 2-1 count. Here's a 2-1 offering. It's low in the dirt. Called ball 3. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Ripley. And that one's a good one for strike 2. Full count now for Harrison Ripley in his first plate appearance. Here's the pitch. Inside, as Ripley will trot on down the first baseline and take his base at first after being walked on a close called ball 4.
Very close.
Off the hand of Roberts. Reed Rhoda now stepping in for Johnson City with 1 runner on and 1 away in the top of the second. First pitch to Rhoda is high. Called ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch that's swung on and missed. Strike 1, that evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 offering. Paints the outside corner for strike 2. Rhoda now down 1-2 in the count with 1 away and the lone runner Ripley at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch that goes down and outside for ball 2. Two and 2 pitch, swung on and missed. Set Rhoda down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's Robert's second strikeout of the inning. Back at the top of the lineup for Johnson City is Harry Sudfin as he watches strike 1 go by. Here's the second offering from Roberts. That evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike for Sudfin, the shortstop. 1-1 pitch goes outside for ball number 2. 2-1 count for Sudfin. 2-1 pitch is out of the zone for ball 3. That brings the count to 3-1 for Sudfin. Here's the 3-1 pitch right down the middle for strike 2. Full count now for Sudfin. Here's the payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Rich Roberts with his second strikeout of the inning retires the side for Johnson City. No runs scored, no hits, and 1 man left on for Johnson City. Going into the bottom of the second, Johnson City leads it 5-3 over Columbia. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM and WKOM, has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Back at Till Field, Knox Allred at the plate for Columbia, leading things off in the bottom of the second. Johnson City leads it 5-3 as Columbia is headed for the top of their lineup. That offering from Hendricks is a good one. That makes the count 2 balls, 1 strike on Allred. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Hendricks. Outside, ball 3. Three and 1 count for Allred.
Columbia looking to do what they did last inning, put some more runs up on the board.
Absolutely, and cut into this lead. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Paints the outside corner for strike 2, and that fills the count up at 3 balls and 2 strikes for Allred, the extra hitter for Columbia. Here's the 3-2 pitch, swung on and put into play, but it's right under the glove of the first baseman as he gets under it and catches it for out number 1. That was Benja Andes making the catch and recording the first out for Johnson City. Standing in now for Columbia, Lane Hill. I do apologize. That was Connor Beck at the plate last time up. As Manny Munoz now at the plate with 1 away. Munoz up in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Munoz. That's ball number 3. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Paints the outside corner for strike 1. As the 3-1 pitch is sent into right field, and under it to make a diving grab is the right fielder Silas Gouge for out number 2. Terrific catch there by the right fielder. As Knox Allred now steps in, making his first plate appearance of the night. Here's the pitch from Hendricks. It's a ball outside. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Paints the outside corner again for strike 2. 0-2 count now for Allred with 2 away in the bottom of the second. In this winner go home game. The 0-2 pitch is outside, but way outside for ball 1. Counts now 1-2 for Allred. Here's the 1-2 offering. It's outside, called ball. Brings the count even at 2 apiece. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and sent high, tracking towards center field and gets down for a base hit for Knox Allred with 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. Now Hill will step in.
This is probably one of the better batters on the team. If you're looking to score some runs, this is the kid that he'll hit the ball and you'll definitely score.
Hill, the tying run is at the plate. As he takes strike 1 that painted the outside corner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, called ball. 1-1 count now for Hill. With 2 away, and Knox Allred the lone man on for Columbia. Hendricks comes set, fires. That one's outside, gets past the catcher, but Allred is going to stay at first. Bringing the count to 2-1 for Hill. Here's the 2-1 count. That one swung on and sent into center field, and that's going to get down for a single for Lane Hill. And put 2 runners on for Columbia with 2 away. Standing in now is Rich Roberts.
This kid, another powerful hitter. Powerful hitter.
That's right. Here's the pitch to Roberts. It's outside, and he goes chasing it for strike 1. A 1 count now for Roberts. Hendricks winds up, delivers. That ball gets past the catcher as Allred and Hill will advance. So put the runners at second and third for Columbia and a 1-1 count for Roberts with 2 away. Johnson City still leading the ball game 5-3 in the bottom of the second inning.
If you're batting right here, just looking for a base hit. Lane, he's pretty quick. He'll score from anything.
As Roberts takes a ball outside for ball 2. Two and 1 count now for Roberts. Here's the 2-1 offering. It goes inside and brushes Roberts off the plate. And called ball. Making this a 3-1 count now for Roberts. Hendricks comes set and fires one and gets past the catcher for ball 4. It was high and inside as that loads the bases for Maddox Tate. And a chance for this Columbia team to put some more runs on the board. As Johnson City's coach is coming over to have a chat with his pitcher, Graham Hendricks, and catcher Mason Bullock having a meeting at the mound.
Maddox looking to do a job here.
As play will resume, as coach goes back to his dugout, and Hendricks takes his spot on the mound. Maddox Tate takes ball 1 inside, brushed off the plate. With the bases loaded and 2 away for Columbia, looking for some 2-out magic here in the bottom of the second.
Can't leave bases loaded right here.
Maddox Tate
He hits
sends
it.
one to left field, and that's going to get down and roll to the fence as one run's going to come around and score. Make that 2 for Columbia. And there's going to be a play at the plate as Roberts is sent around, and he's going to score the 3rd run. That was Greer Martin as Maddox Tate
That is huge.
with a 3 RBI double.
Putting him in the lead.
6-5 now. Columbia on top over Johnson City in this elimination game. What a shot from Maddox Tate. That was huge. Hamilton White now at the plate as Maddox Tate is the lone runner on for Columbia. Here's the pitch. Swung on and put into play as the shortstop makes a diving effort at the ball and can't get up and throw it. So White will be on, and this puts runners at the corners for Columbia. As Tucker Neff stands in now with runners on the corners and 2 away for Columbia. Here's the first pitch to Neff that goes behind him for ball 1.
Maddox being huge this inning.
Indeed he is. The 1-0 pitch to Neff is taken for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Neff with 2 runners on for Columbia and the lead. That pitch is swung on and put into play, hit right up the middle as Maddox Tate scores. And a run at the plate. There's no play, and 2 runs come in as Neff gets a double and is firing up this Columbia crowd and this Columbia team in the dugout with a 2 RBI double for Tucker Neff.
All this was 2 outs.
With 2 outs. Absolutely. So Columbia now up by 3 runs. Silas Harden at the plate.
Silas looking to keep it going.
First pitch to Harden is inside, called ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back for strike 1. That brings the count to 1-1. There is time on the field. It looks like first base coach from Columbia, Hayden Tate, is having a chat with the umpire. He scurries on back to his spot. And play will resume. Silas Harden with a 1-1 count, 2 away, and an 8-5 run for Columbia over Johnson City. As that 1-1 pitch goes outside for ball 2. Two and 1 count now for Harden. Hendricks comes set. Fires. That ball goes outside, called ball 3. 3-1 count for Harden.
Can he keep it going is the question.
2 out magic for Columbia. There's the pitch that's swung on and fouled back for strike 2. Three and two's the count for Harden. With 2 away, and Neff, the lone runner at second. Pitch goes outside, and Silas Harden will trot on down the first baseline and take his base at first, putting runners at first and second for Columbia as Greer Martin steps in, looking to do some damage for Columbia. That ball is swung on and sent foul down the third base line for strike 1.
Just looking to hit. I like it.
This Columbia team came to hit. So did this Johnson City team. A 1 count for Martin as Hendricks comes set on the mound. Fires home. Ball's high and inside for ball 1. 1-1 count now for Martin. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and fouled back for strike 2. One and 2 count now for Martin, with 2 runners on for Columbia and 2 away. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed as Greer Martin sat down on strikes. And that'll do it for the bottom of the second, but a huge explosion from this Columbia offense as they take the lead over Johnson City 8-5 going into the top of the third. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM and WKOM, has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Yeah, 1 away from.
Back in the top of the third inning, where Columbia leads it 8-5 over Johnson City. Gabe Leonard, Harper Harris, and Peyton Calvert on the call. And standing in now for Johnson City is Graham Hendricks.
Harper, how do you feel about this ball game?
I feel good about it.
She feels good, folks. As the first pitch comes down, it's inside for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Hendricks. As he swings and sends that ball to the first baseman, who makes a terrific grab at first to record out number 1.
Lane Hill with that catch.
Lane Hill. The first baseman, Lane Hill, making a terrific grab to record out number 1 in this elimination game. Beckham Curley up, the third baseman, as the first pitch from Roberts comes in for a strike. And that's going to bring the count to 0-1 for Curley. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Roberts ahead in the count, 0-2 on the powerful Beckham Curley.
Had a pretty good hit back in the first.
He did, as that one goes off the bat.
You don't see that very often.
As Beckham Curley had to drop down to the ground and kept his bat in the air, and the ball got a piece of the bat and fouled it off and keeps the count at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Paints the outside corner for strike 3 as Beckham Curley goes down on strikes. That's 2 outs now for Columbia in the top of the third. And incoming Mason Bullock, the catcher for Johnson City. Here's the pitch. Paints the inside corner for strike 1. As Rich Roberts is finding his groove here in the top of the third inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bullock. Down the middle, strike 2. Here's the 0-2 offering from Roberts. That one goes outside for ball number 1. As Johnson City has 2 outs on him. And make that 3 as Rich Roberts strikes out 2. As Johnson City go down 1-2-3 in the top of the third. No hits, no runs. Columbia leads it 8-5 going into the bottom of the third. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Back at Tillfield in the bottom of the third, Columbia leads it 8-5 as Johnson City has moved Harry Sutphin over to the mound, so he's going to take over pitching duties as Columbia allowed no runs in the third inning, leading 8-5 over Johnson City. Last time up, Columbia's bats got hot with 2 outs, and they put up a barrage of runs. Loser of this game is out of the tournament. The winner will play tomorrow against Lexington who lost earlier. For Columbia is Hauser. Meyer Hauser, as he sends a ball high and deep into center field, and under it for Johnson City is number 13, Graham Hendricks, to make the grab and record out number 1. Up next for Columbia is Connor Beck. With one away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Beck flew out his last time up. As he puts one into play this time, that goes straight to the second baseman, who comes up throwing at first and getting the quick second out for Johnson City.
Yep.
Up next for Columbia is Manny Munoz. Pitched a terrific game last night in the 5-1 victory over Clarksville. As the pitch comes in, and it's swung on and missed for strike 1. As Harry Sutphin comes in for Johnson City and quickly has 2 outs and 1 strike on Munoz. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's high. Ball 1. 1-1 count now for Munoz. No runners on for Columbia. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's outside as well for ball 1. 1-1 count. Check that 2-1 count for Munoz. Here's the 2-1 pitch as Munoz has to duck and get out of the way. Brings the count to 3-1 for Munoz. Here's the 3-1 offering. That one's high as Munoz will trot on down to first and put 1 runner on for Columbia on walks with 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Up next for Columbia is Knox Allred. He got things going for him in the bottom of the 2nd. Started the hit barrage for Columbia.
Yes.
See if he can do it again, Harper.
Yeah.
Do you think they can do it again, Harper?
I don't know.
We're about to find out. Well, that pitch from Sutphin is swung on and missed. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1 offering from Sutphin. Paints the outside corner for strike 2. Munoz, the lone runner on for Columbia with 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one swung on and put into play and down for a hit as Knox Allred sends it to right center field, and it gets down in the gap for a single, and Munoz will advance to second for Columbia.
Just how it started last time.
Yeah.
And Lane Hill at the plate with 2 runners on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Columbia up 8-5 over Johnson City.
This kid's dangerous.
Here's the pitch from Sutphin. It's swung on and sent high, heading towards foul territory. What happened, Harper?
It went into foul territory.
How good do you think Lane Hill is?
He's really good.
Lane Hill now with a strike on him after the 3rd baseman for Johnson City couldn't make the grab in foul territory, as he sends another one over there in the woods across from Columbia's dugout. That brings the count to 0-2 for Hill.
Lane Hill looking to keep things going right here.
Some more 2-out magic for Columbia, potentially. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's high and outside, gets by the catcher. And in comes Munoz and Allred advancing
to third and second.
That's right. One and two count now for Lane Hill. The 1-2 pitch goes outside for ball, making it 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Paints the outside corner, and Lane Hill goes down looking at strike number 3 with runners at second and third for Columbia. So no more 2-out magic this time for Columbia as they still lead at 8-5 going into the top of the 4th. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Be a bad man, yes you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. Alright, Columbus Avenue.
Back at Till Field in the top of the 4th inning, where Columbia leads Johnson City by a score of 8-5. Gabe Leonard, Harper Harris, Peyton Calvert on the call in this elimination game.
We don't know what's going on. I may be going out of town.
As the first pitch from Roberts is inside for ball 1.
I need to look at that.
As Benja Andes, the first baseman, stands in for Johnson City. Is up in the count 2-0. Here's the 2-0 offering. That's a good one for strike 1. That brings the count to 2-1 for the first baseman, Andes. Two and 1 pitch, swung on and miss. Strike 2.
2-2.
Here's the 2-2 offering from Roberts. Just a bit outside, called ball 3.
Nick, what inning are we in?
The 3-2 pitch paints the outside corner and catches Benja Andes looking for a strikeout in the first out of the 4th inning. Standing in next for Johnson City is W. Edwards. As first pitch to Edwards is high off the hands of Rich Roberts for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Edwards. As that one's just a bit high as well for ball 2. W. Edwards has a 2-0 count on him. Here comes a pitch from Roberts. That one paints the outside corner for strike one. Makes the count 2-1 now. With one away in the top of the fourth. In this elimination game, as the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
2-2.
Here's the 2-2 offering from Roberts. Just a bit low for ball 3. That makes the count full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch from Roberts. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And back-to-back strikeouts for Roberts. And Shamir Hendricks comes in with 2 away and no runners on for Johnson City. Here's the pitch to Hendricks. That one's high for ball 1.
Yes, it is.
Roberts comes set on the mound, winds up and fires. Ball 2 outside. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Hendricks. That's a good one. Strike 1. Makes the count 2-1 for Hendricks. Two and one pitch, swung on and sent right back up to Roberts. Scooping it up is the second baseman, and the throw is not in time as Hendricks legs out a single to put a runner on for Johnson City in the top of the fourth with 2 away. Juju Bowling stepping in, the second baseman for Johnson City. 1 runner on, 2 away in the top of the fourth. First pitch to Bowling is inside, called ball. Here's the 1-0 offering from Roberts. That one's low. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0 offering from Roberts. Outside, ball 3. Juju on that beat. Bowling has a 3-0 count on him in the top of the fourth with 2 away and 1 on for Johnson City. The 3-0 pitch goes outside and puts another runner on for Johnson City after Bowling was walked.
Person on first and second.
As Silas Gouge comes back up to the plate. Now Johnson City looking for some 2-out magic of their own as Roberts throws another ball in the dirt.
Struggling to find the strike zone.
Indeed he is. Got to hone it back in, does Roberts, as he comes set and fires for ball 2. That one gets past the catcher, and both runners will advance to second and third, respectively, for Johnson City. And Gouge now with a 2-0 count in the top of the fourth with 2 away. And now time is called as Coach Hayden Tate comes out to the mound to have a chat with Roberts in his infield.
Yep.
After a good start to the top by Roberts and company, it's kind of gone downhill with back-to-back walks and runners in scoring position for Johnson City. Tying run is at the plate for Johnson City. That's Silas Gouge with a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Roberts. That one comes inside for ball 3. Here's the 3-0 counts. And that 3-0 pitch is swung on for strike 1. Gouge now 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 offering. Paints the outside corner for strike number 2, and now the count is full.
3-2. What's the next one? A strike or a ball?
As Roberts winds up, we'll find out. That one is strike number 3 as Gouge goes down swinging, and another strikeout for Rich Roberts. So with Johnson City threatening and having 2 runners in scoring position, no runs scored for Johnson City. Heading into the bottom of the 4th, Columbia still leads it 8-5. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
Back at Tillfield. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Columbia leads it 8-5 over Johnson City. And Columbia looking to pour in some more runs. Here's the first pitch. That goes outside for ball 1.
Ball 1.
As Rich Roberts at the plate for Columbia has a 1-0 count. Pitcher comes set for Johnson City. Swing, and that ball is sent high right back up to Sutphin, the pitcher, and Sutphin makes the catch for out number 1.
Yep.
Back up at the plate for Columbia is Maddox Tate, as he hit a huge double earlier on in the game.
3-run RBI.
A 3-run RBI, yes it was, to open up the floodgates for Columbia. Here's the first pitch to Tate. He takes strike number 1. Oh, 0-1 count for Maddox Tate. Here's the pitch down the middle for strike 2.
2-0.
Tate with 2 strikes on him. Harry Sutphin looking to make quick work of Tate as Tate puts one into play. It bounces off the third baseman's chest, and Tate legs out a single after a hard-hit ground ball to the third baseman who couldn't come up with it and get the out. So Tate is on the base.
Yep, that was a great hit.
Absolutely, it was. As a single for Tate, in comes Hamilton White with a runner at first for Columbia and 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. As
shows bunt.
Hamilton White, he tried to bunt the bat, got a piece of the ball and sent it foul for strike 1. Maddox Tate, the lone runner for Columbia on first. One away, bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swung on and sent foul. As White now down in the count 0-2 with one away. Sutphin comes set on the mound. Fires home, and that one's high for ball one. 1-2 the count now for White, with one away in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 1-2 offering. It's outside for ball two. 2-2 count for White. Here's the 2-2 offering. That one swung on and sent foul straight back. Count stays at 2-2 for Hamilton White. Sutphin comes set and fires as White fouls one off into the trees. That's going to keep it at 2-2.
Bunch of fans here for both sides.
Absolutely.
What you say, Harper? What you say? There's a bunch of fans here.
Yes, there is.
Both teams came to represent as the 2-2 offering is swung on and missed by Harden for out number 2. And another strikeout for Harry Sutphin. In comes Tucker Neff for Columbia. Maddox Tate, the lone man on. 2 away in the bottom of the fourth. Columbia still leads at 8-5. Here's the pitch. Bounces at the plate for ball one. So Neff now with a 1-0 count. As Sutphin comes set. Fires home. That one's inside. Called ball. Ball two. 2-0 count now for Neff, with 2 away in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's a strike. Started high and finished low in the zone. And the catcher did a terrific job of framing that pitch for the first strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Trying to work the outside corner. Can't find the zone for ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count for Tucker Neff. And Maddox Tate, the lone runner at first for Columbia. Here's the 3-1 pitch that's swung on and fouled back into the netting. And that brings the count to 3-2 now for Tucker Neff. Sutphin now comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. It's swung on and sent high into left field, and under it is the left fielder, number 3, Shamar Hendricks, with a terrific grab out in left field to strand a runner for Columbia. So no more 2-out magic for Columbia, as they score no runs, but still lead at 8-5 going into the top of the 5th inning over Johnson City. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Back at the top of the 5th inning, Columbia leads at 8-5 over Johnson City. Due up next for Johnson City is number 17, Harrison Ripley. And Rich Roberts is still on the mound for Columbia. He's pitched a pretty good game so far. As the loser will be eliminated from the tournament. And here comes the first pitch to Ripley. It's outside for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Ripley. Here's the 1-0 offering. That's swung on and missed. Strike 1. That brings the count to 1-1 for Ripley.
P-Money, I think they called that first pitch a strike. I think it's 0-2.
0-2. I stand corrected. That was 0-2 as Ripley sat down on strikes, watches strike 3 go by for the first out of the top of the 5th inning. As Rich Roberts starts off the 5th inning with a strikeout, trying to hold on to this 8-5 lead. And we got a stoppage as Columbia's coach is on the field. And it looks like Roberts is coming off the mound as Columbia brings in Maddox Tate to warm up. So while he's warming up in the top of the 5th, we're going to take a quick break. Columbia leads at 8-5 over Johnson City. This is the Front Porch Sports Network. And we're back after Maddox Tate is now on the mound and warmed up as he fires a strike to Reed Rhoda to start off his time on the mound tonight. Tate comes set, fires, and a swing and a miss from Rhoda for strike number 2. 0-2 count now for Rhoda. 0-2 pitch is called ball in the dirt. Brings the count to 1-2 with 1 away in the top of the 5th. Tate coming set fast, fires a strike and a swing and a miss from Rhoda, as that's going to be a strikeout and out number 2.
And if you notice, there's no drop third strike in 10-year-old Little League and under. So if the catcher drops
brings
it
the count to
after
1
a
and
drop
2
third strike,
with 1 away in the top of the 5th.
batter's still out. No throw to first is necessary.
Tate coming I appreciate that, Clayton. Thank you for clarifying that, as I got a little confused earlier.
Now, once they move up to 11s and 12s, they'll have to make that throw to first.
As Harry Sutphin steps up to the plate with 2 away for Johnson City. Pitch from Tate goes outside and gets past the catcher for ball 1. 1-0 count for Sutphin. As Tate fires a pitch down the middle that has Sutphin swinging out of his shoes and misses for strike number 1. That brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. And Tate's already ready and fires another strike down the middle that Sutphin watches. Brings the count to 1-2. Tate comes set, fires. That one's inside and brushes Sutphin off the plate for ball 2. 2-2 count now for Sutphin with 2 away in the top of the 5th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Started high and finished in the dirt for ball 3. 3-2 count now for Sutphin. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, ring him up for strike 3. Sutphin goes down looking, and that's the 3rd out for Columbia, who leads it 8-5 over Johnson City going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, ring him up for strike 3. This is the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be back in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC. And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC. Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
He shoots, and he scores!
Back in the bottom of the 5th inning, Silas Harden leading things off for Columbia. Columbia leads it 8-5 over Johnson City. And the winner of this game will play Lexington tomorrow and have a chance at the championship against Goodlettsville. As Harden has a 1-0 count, the 1-0 offering from Sutphin is ball 2.
Are we going to start the season late again? It's middle school? Good.
Here's the 2-0 pitch from Sutphin. That one swung on and put into play right back to Sutphin, who throws over to first to Benja Andes to record the first out of the bottom of the 5th.
Where's he at? Where's he in school?
Up next for Columbia is Greer Martin.
What's that league age, correct? Oh, I know. It's when I played, you would have been
What, Wyatt? I was asking if he was doing Adams.
Yeah, they said like
Here's the pitch to Martin. It's swung on and missed for strike 1.
He did it. Yes, we don't have the field job.
Counts 0-1 for Martin as he takes ball 1 high and inside. Brings the count to 1-1 for Martin.
Daddy, is there one more inning because I want to get off?
The 1-1 pitch is a strike, and Martin is now down 1-2 in the count in the bottom of the fifth with one away.
The boys get on it?
Here's the pitch to Martin. That one's outside and swung on for strike 3, and Sudfin puts down Martin on strikes. That's going to bring Meyer Hauser to the plate with 2 away in the bottom of the fifth. Columbia looking for a couple more insurance runs before Johnson City gets their last crack at it. Sudfin comes set. Delivers the pitch. That's low, ball 1.
I need a like. I need to get hands like this.
1-0 count now for Hauser. The 1-0 pitch goes outside for ball 2, and Meyer Hauser's up in the count 2-0. The 2-0 offering is outside for ball 3.
Ball.
3-0 count for Hauser. The 3-0 pitch is high and inside as Hauser will take his base after ball 4 and bring up Connor Beck.
Remember Joey Hustle? Which one? Not Robinson.
As Johnson City's coach comes out to have a chat with Harry Sutphin. As Connor Beck stands in and swings on and hits a shot to left field over the left fielder's head, and that might score a run. As the runner from Columbia is heading home, the throw at the plate's not in time, and Columbia scores Meyer Hauser, and the run gets in for Columbia, and Connor Beck hits an RBI triple with 2 away. Columbia's heading home. The throw at the plate's not in time. In the bottom and Columbia of the fifth. Scores Meyer Hauser. And the run gets in. Manny Munoz stands in with Beck, the lone runner, on in scoring position for Columbia. Columbia now leads at 9-5 over Johnson City in this elimination game. First pitch to Munoz is inside, ball 1. One and 0 count for Munoz. Here's the 1-0 offering. It's outside for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch from Sudfin goes outside again. That brings the count to 3-0 for Munoz. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one's outside. Munoz will take his base and put runners on the corners for Columbia. Knox Allred standing in. with 2 runners on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. After Connor Beck RBI triple. Here's the pitch from Sutphin. That one's outside, ball 1. Sutphin struggling to find the zone here. The 1-0 pitch goes outside for ball 2. Count now for Allred is 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's low for ball 3 as a throwdown. No throwdown. Catcher goes back to the Sutphin as Munoz advances to second base and puts another runner in scoring position for Columbia. Allred at the plate with 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 pitch is outside, and Allred will take his base at first, loading the bases for Columbia with 2 away. This seems to be the common theme here for Columbia tonight. Making magic happen with 2 outs as Lane Hill stands in.
This is exactly who you want up. Bases loaded.
Here's the pitch. That one swung on, put into play, sent to the shortstop, who's just going to touch second, and Columbia leaves the bases loaded with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. But a Connor Beck RBI triple puts another run on the board for Columbia going into the top of the 6th. The score is Columbia 9, Johnson City 5. We'll be back in the top of the 6th for Johnson City's last attempt to extend the game to the bottom. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
Back at the top of the 6th inning from Till Field, Graham Hendricks leads things off for Johnson City in their final 3 outs of the game. They must score 4 runs to send this ball game into the bottom of the 6th. Maddox Tate on the mound as his first pitch to Hendricks is in the dirt for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 offering. That one's also in the dirt, ball 2. Columbia cannot afford to put these runners on the bases late in the game as Maddox Tate throws a beautiful pitch down the middle for strike 1. Brings the count to 2-1 for Hendricks. The 2-1 offering was inside for ball 3. Now the count's 3-1 for Hendricks. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's high as Hendricks will hustle down to first base after a walk. Beckham Curley, big third baseman, got an inside the park 2-run shot earlier on in the game to open things up for Johnson City. As there's 1 runner on, no outs for Johnson City, as Hendricks is going to steal second standing up. And the first pitch to Curley was a ball.
Maddox not being able to find the strike zone right now.
Here's the 1-0 delivery That one's high for ball 2.
Late in the game, you can't afford these walks.
No, you cannot. Curley has a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Tate. Paints the outside corner for strike number 1. Brings the count to 2-1 for Curley. Here's the 2-1 offering. That goes outside for ball 3. 3-1 count now for Beckham Curley. Tate winds and fires as Curley sends the ball to right center field, and under it is the right fielder to make the grab for out number 1. And Johnson City now down to their final 2 outs. That was Knox Allred in right field making the grab. And Graham Hendricks stays at second. Mason Bullock, the catcher, coming in at the plate as Coach Hayden Tate is looking at making a pitch change in the top of the 6th as Maddox Tate trots off the mound. His new pitcher for Columbia is 2 outs away from winning the game. That's Hamilton White coming in on the mound. So while White warms up, we'll take a break. Columbia leads at 9-5 in the top of the 6th with 1 away. This is the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Back at Till Field in the top of the 6th inning, Columbia holds a 9-5 lead over Johnson City and is 2 outs away from advancing to play Lexington and a chance to play Goodlettsville in the championship. In on the mound now for Columbia's Hamilton White to try to finish things out. Mason Bullock at the plate for Johnson City.
Just need 2 more outs.
Here's the pitch that's swung on and sent down the first baseline as the first baseman runs over and makes the grab and tags first. That's Lane Hill making that play over at first for the 2nd out. And Johnson City is now down to their final out as Benja Andes, the first baseman, coming in with a runner at 3rd.
Pretty big kid here looking to do some damage.
With 2 away. 1 runner on for Johnson City. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 1. Graham Hendricks is the lone runner for Johnson City. And Andy's the first baseman looking to keep Johnson City alive as he swings on and hits the ball to left field, but in left field making the grab for Columbia. Graham Hendricks is the lone runner for Johnson City. Number 99 and Andy's Tucker the first baseman looking to keep Johnson City alive as he swings on, grab, and hits the ball for the final out of the game, and Columbia advances. Graham Hendricks is the lone runner for Johnson City. Cannot rally in the top of the 6th, the first baseman to put up to keep Johnson City alive as he swings out of the and hits the ball after Columbia wins it 9-5 in the nightcap. To recap the games for today, in the first one, Goodlettsville beat Lexington, and Goodlettsville will head to the championship. They beat Lexington 14-4 in a run rule. And in the nightcap, Columbia gets it done over Johnson City 9-5, and we'll go play Lexington and a chance to play Goodlettsville in the finals. I'd like to thank all of our listeners and all of our sponsors that made this stream possible. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. For Gabe Leonard, this has been Peyton Calvert wishing you so long and good